You want to watch your head.
Wow. Oh, nice. Inside these walls is where the 2nd and 6th presidents are buried. Let's go in and take a look. We are no ways dispirited here. We possess a spirit that will not be conquered. If our men are all drawn off and we should be attacked, you would find a race of Amazons in America. Letter to John Adams from Abigail Adams, September 20th, 1776. It reminds me of the movie 300.
Consider the fate of your women.
Clearly, you don't know our women. I might as well have marched them up here, judging by what I've seen.
So this building wasn't finished until 1828, so he never sat here. But the Adams pew.
Oh, no way.
So this is John Quincy Adams and his family used to sit here. People used to own their pews back then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you rent them, or did you buy them for life, or?
They bought them.
Wow.
They actually pay a tax on them.
And was that a way to help the church, or just?
Yeah, it was a way of getting income from the church. Yeah. And
can I sit in it?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Go right ahead. So about a year ago, I got an email from, like I said, people used to own their pews, their families, and they pass it down.
Yes, sir.
So this person was wondering where their family pew, where it was in relationship to the Adams pew.
Okay.
And by coincidence, it ended up being right next door to it. This pew
Oh.
here, whatever number that is. They
Oh,
just
wow.
had a number.
And they still...
Here, you want to sit down and I'll get a picture of you?
Active church today.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, this was John Quincy Adams that sat here, or John Adams?
Quincy the second.
This was
the 6th president.
The 6th president.
Because they
okay.
said the 2nd president, this building was not built yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
When he died.
We have these coverings on the pews because the stain that tends to come off on people's clothing when it gets really humid.
Sweating.
Especially when we have a wreath-laying ceremony. We have a wreath-laying ceremony on their birthdays. In fact, we have one coming up on July 11th.
Oh, really?
For John Quincy. That's his birthday.
Okay.
And so the Navy comes out, and they're very involved in it, and they have their white uniforms on this summer. So they were getting stains on their uniforms.
Oh, no.
They never complained about it, but it was kind of embarrassing when you see them stressing out and they have these brown stains on their back.
Where are they buried now?
If you just want to show us the crypt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I know you guys weren't starting on it. You're doing this special thing for us. I appreciate that. Okay. And John Adams, the 2nd president, he also signed the Declaration of Independence, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, 2 births. That's great. Because I go to all the graves of the signers of the Declaration of Independence as well.
Okay.
So we're heading up to Granary to see Robert Treat Payne. And we're going to continue up to New Hampshire. Oh, you got an elevator in here, though.
We had an elevator that was put in about 5 years ago.
Sounds expensive.
It's very expensive. The city helped us with that.
Oh, well, that's good.
With some community preservation funds.
Probably the original
wall here.
Well, good. They should help out.
Yeah, they do. The state does as well. But,
Oh, look at this little diorama.
this was the building, the church before this one.
Okay.
Okay, it was called the Hancock Meeting House, and this is what it looked like inside. Okay. This would have been the church that John Adams attended.
Are these like private
Confessionals?
And they call them box pews.
It's cooler down here too.
It is. In this diagram, how they have people's names attached to some of these pews. It looks like this was for general seating, and they split up men and women.
To maybe the more affluent people that had money got the nicer, bigger spaces.
I would think so, yeah.
This is the original exposed rock foundation. That's cool.
Yes. So this is what the church looked like on the outside.
Oh, wow.
The Hancock Meeting House. It was much smaller, and it was made out of wood. And they wanted to have a much larger church made out of rock or in a stone. They refer to it as a stone temple. So it's granite. Quincy was a big granite town back then.
Okay.
So this, here's the crypt, and you want to watch ahead.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
John, Abigail.
Oh, wow.
John Quincy. And Louisa was his wife?
Yes.
Very, not a lot of design and detail.
No.
Just very sort of...
Yeah, we like to keep it simple. The city, when they helped us with the elevator, and they also put in this grand floor here. Before that, it was just a cement floor.
Now, they're actually in here?
Yes.
The bodies?
Wow. But they wanted to make it more fancy right in the gym, and we find on that.
Well, I like the recessed lighting and all. That's really cool. Let's see here if I can get...
So the stars on the flag are representative of the states that were in the Union at the time these presidents were running the country. So John Quincy, the 6th president, had more states than John Adams over here.
John Adams and John Quincy?
They were father-son.
Father-son, yeah, that's what I meant.
Well, they do have some...
just names.
some
Period at the end of all the names here is kind of interesting. John Adams, Abigail's got a period there.
That's really neat.
And it's the same on...
Very well kept.
Yeah.
Now I'm impressed.
Periods on the names over here. John Quincy Adams, and also Louisa as well. And they're not exactly sure why.
Okay, this is important because not only was he a president, I'm trying to get all the graves of all the presidents, but he was also one of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. So now he's my 29th signer grave that I've been to, but Constitution of Massachusetts, obviously the 2nd president. This has been here for 24 years. So.
Wow.
1640 this cemetery goes to. And all the ancestors.
Josiah Quincy.
Dr. Hoare, the 3rd president of Harvard.
I wonder if that's the same Hancock as John Hancock.
They're probably all in there.
Reverend John Hancock, for whom this place is named, Father of the Patriot. Okay, so he's the father of John Hancock, Chris.
No.
And the cemetery here is named after him.
See, if you do the QR code, it'll walk us through.
Yeah.
But see, I like stuff like this. Anytime you see this, Revolutionary War soldier.
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
That's Josiah. Is that Josiah Quincy? I don't know. No, probably not. So this is the founder of Quincy, Massachusetts, then?
Correct.
Not John Quincy Adams.
See,
he was named after the founder and the town.
From whom Quincy was named.
Yeah.
Colonel John Quincy.
Interesting. Wow, look at the dates on here, man.
Right?
Wow. 1689 to 1767. Is this him? Is this the Reverend? I don't think so.
No.
And here we find Reverend John Hancock. This is the father of the signer of the Declaration of Independence. What happened?
The Boston Massacre happened right in front of this church.
And now there's a Sephora there. So in the past I talked about how graveyards and cemeteries are never packed when I go to see them. Well, I stand corrected. We're in Boston, downtown at the granary, and there's a lot of founding fathers and early patriots here, and this place is packed to the gills, so let's walk around and see who we can find. This is probably one of the more important cemeteries in the heart of Boston, because here lies the remains of John Hancock, Paul Revere, and Samuel Adams. Also, the inspiration behind Mother Goose is also in this small cemetery, so we're going to take a look at that as well. All right, so what number is that? 30 signers? God, it's loud here. This is the inspiration for Mother Goose?
Yeah.
Supposedly.
It's Mother Goose.
So she didn't write the rhymes, it's just attributed to her, the inspiration perhaps?
Connected to her.
Connected to her, okay.
And it's worth as a tourist.
Oh sure, well we like tourist traps. We wouldn't be here if that weren't the case.
That's right. Yeah, but, you know, it's like Betsy Ross over here.
Oh, Betsy Ross.
Oh.
How are you?
She didn't.
What about Hopkinson doing the flag? You have a problem with that, his claim? Wasn't it Mr. Hopkinson in Christchurch in Philadelphia?
Well, after my passing, so I'm resting peacefully by then, right?
Now, here we are at the grave of John Hancock. However, it is not this really big one right here. This was added later on by his descendants. His original tomb is this little guy right here. Well, not super little, but in comparison. Now, most people, I would say, know John Hancock for his John Hancock, his signature on the Declaration of Independence. But does anyone know why he signed it so big? There's a lot of rumors going around. Does anyone know? Any ideas? So a common misconception is that he signed it so big so that the king could read it without having to use his spectacles. However, what is more accepted as what most likely was the cause is that he was the first to sign it, and he was also the only person who had to. See, John Hancock was the president of the Second Continental Congress, so he was essentially our first president.
In some places you literally have these grave markers in the wall of these buildings. And despite the few famous people we see in here, you have a number of headstones like this, marking anonymous people who died over history, who died like most of us will die, anonymous, forgotten to history, most likely never to be known in 100 years. Good morning, sirs.
Good morning.
Here's the Franklin Family Monument, where Benjamin Franklin's family remains buried. Grab two.
They're available.
Okay. Thank you.
For drinks or drinks and food? You need a first
Gotta get me a shirt before I leave here. Very cool. What's up, fellow travelers? We're in Lynn, Massachusetts right now, and I had to stop at this place. It's called Monty's, and the importance of Monty's is that Dave Portnoy has featured it in his One Bite Challenge for pizza, and this is the only place that he ever gave a 10 out of 10. Is there such a thing as a 10 out of 10 pizza? Well, we're about to find out. We'll let you know. Thank you.
Enjoy.
There it is. So according to Dave Portnoy, this pizza ranks 10 out of 10 of all his reviews. This is the only pizza to get a perfect score.
Whoever was saying Monty's is the best, Monty's is a 10. They're right. I trust them to the grave. I recommend you get to Monty's in Lynn as a pizza expert, as the champ of pizza, as the king of pizza, as the man who tastes pizza for a living, team pizza or die. Monty's is a 10.
So we're gonna test that theory now.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Too hot?
It's a little hot. Everybody knows the rules. I mean, if I was expecting to be wow, I don't know if I'm wow.
All right, everyone knows the rules. Sorry, Dave, I'm not going to bite off you. All right, let's see. Definitely not a 10.
Right.
No.
Right.
Close. Sorry. Like, it's drippy, it's greasy, it's got a little flop to it. I like my chard on the bottom. There's no char. And the biggest thing for me is the sauce is not sweet. Do you notice the sauce isn't sweet? Yeah, the sauce is not sweet like I would expect it to be. Like, was this a joke or something?
It's pretty regular. I don't know if this is... No.
Monty's was probably the single most disappointing experience I've ever had for someone that has hyped up pizza or any kind of food. That tasted like it was straight out of the microwave. It was so ridiculously horrible, I almost didn't even finish it. I will never come back to this place again. I'm sorry. That was embarrassing. What was embarrassing about it? Well, let's begin with it. The crust. The crust tasted almost like cardboard. Paper thin, but like cardboard. The sauce. The sauce was bitter and kind of bland at the same time, but not sweet. Couldn't even taste the cheese. No flavor to the pepperoni. Just nothing. I think Dave Portnoy must have been on
drugs or hallucinogenics or something at the time.
Maybe he was on a hunger strike, and that was the first pizza he had eaten in a while. But he should really go back to his reviews, and unless they did something miraculous to the pizza, had a seance or had some kind of magical incantation, they forgot to do it to our pizza because that sucked. Had I done my research, I would have learned that Dave grew up on this pizza and was lying through his teeth when he says here that he's finally giving Monty's Pizza a try.
A lot of people tell me Monty's. Got to give Monty's a shot. A lot of people say it's the best pizza they've had, best bar pizza. Let's keep an open mind. I'm not gonna say anything until we try it. So we ordered it. We finally get to give it a shot.
He also admits years later that Monty's in Lynn is not a 10.
Monty's Fine Foods, not to be confused with the Monty's from Swampscott, Mass, which I gave a 10 because of my hometown pizza, but it's not really a 10, but it's really good.
It's all fun and games until you make the 7-hour and 43-minute car ride to Monty's restaurant in Lynn, Massachusetts, only to realize that the pizza you're eating is a colossal disappointment. Join us next time on Travel with Trey when we make our way through more historic cemeteries in New Hampshire on our way to Maine in hopes of experiencing some of the best lobster known to man. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you can stay current with all my latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.